What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. We got Swole Joel in the house. What's your Instagram, bro?
It's right here.
Let's go! But in today's video, we're gonna be talking about 3 different things. Today's video has to do with not forcing a sale. So what do I mean by that? So what I mean by not forcing a sale, it could mean about buying and reselling different products, investing in real estate, or even investing in the stock market. Again, these are markets that I personally invest in, so it does not mean that these are the only markets that this can take place in, as well as it doesn't mean that this is the only option that you have when overcoming these obstacles. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about the power of not forcing a sale and how it's led to my success, as well as not only not forcing a sale, but when I have forced the sale in the past, and my roommates have been, this is why I'm going to be filming next to Joel. I wanted to kind of give him an example, or let him talk very briefly about, remember the Kawasaki ZX6R that I kept telling Phil to buy. I actually never took the, it's a bike, it's a motorcycle that we were flipping, and they kept telling me, hey, you should not buy it, it's not a good deal, the cosmetics on the bike is horrible, it's high mileage, and it's not a very popular bike. Did I listen?
No.
Did I make a lot of money off of that one?
No.
At all. So yeah, it was really bad. I just wanted to kind of we were in the groove of flipping bikes, and that was probably one of the bikes that I had for the longest time, probably, right?
Sure. And
yeah, it was horrible. I ended up having to sell it for pretty much what I bought it for, and it was just bad. It was a waste of time, not only for myself, but the people that we had to deal with. And that's an example when it comes to buying and reselling different products. Now let's talk about kind of real estate investing and why it's so important to not force a sale. So, a traditional option when investing in real estate is taking out a loan, right? Most people put 5, 10%. When it came down to one of these condos that I was closing on, I had the option of putting 20 to 25% down. I was working with this new lending company. And it came down to the understanding that, hey, look, if I put 25% down, my closing cost gets reduced a little bit. My initial closing cost was anywhere from about $6,000, and that was pretty high. I didn't want to pay that, so I simply told them, and this is again me negotiating with them, again keeping my emotions away, and making sure that I keep it, in a sense, as professional as I can, but making sure that I don't force the sale. I was like, hey, look, I have the cash because I sold the Z06 to buy the condo outright. I'd love to work with the lending company because of how cheap or inexpensive the loan can be. But am I going to pay thousands of dollars on top of that so I can close on the deal? And it came down to the understanding that I was at initial $6,000 closing costs, and when I told them that, I was like, hey, look, I'm thinking about paying it cash because your closing costs are way too high. And again, this is a lending company, and this is me talking to you guys about my best practices, because I know a lot of you guys are getting into real estate investing, as well as just thinking about buying your first property. And I want you guys to know that these are all prices and fees that they come up with. It simply comes down to you guys reaching out to the lending company and letting the real estate agent know that you guys are in the market to find the best deal. And if you guys could save a couple $1,000s simply by watching this video, then that would be the overall goal, especially because so many of you now that are part of TechBud Solutions are looking into investing in real estate. And I want you guys to know that all these fees that the real estate agent says, hey, you need to pay me 3%, or the lending company is saying, hey, you need to pay these notary fees, and all these fees that they stack on top of you that ends up being thousands of dollars. It might not seem like a lot because your overall loan amount might be $200,000 to $500,000, and a couple $1,000s might not make a difference, but that's money out of pocket. And simply by watching this video, I want you guys to understand that those are fees that are potentially waivable, or fees that they can not charge you, therefore so that you can use their service. There's to a certain extent where you're like, no, I don't want to pay absolutely any closing costs. Then you're using their service, and they're probably not going to want to work with you because it's not going to be in their benefit. But understanding that if you're willing to negotiate with them and you're saying look, I have all these different other options for lending companies, what service do you provide me that I can't find elsewhere where it could be much less expensive? And with that simple approach, it came down to, this lending company reduced it from $6,000 closing costs to $3,500. But I still didn't want to pay $3,500. I just made the decision, keeping all emotions aside. I was like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and take the approach of paying for the property cash, but I'd be more than willing to work with you guys in the future, and keeping that, professional relationship with these individuals. Again, you don't want to jab anyone in the back when it comes down to working with them. You're all in the market, to make money or to save as much money as possible. And there's nothing wrong with that. So keep it professional. Make sure that you at least understand what it is that you're investing in, but make sure that you understand that when investing in real estate, estate. Even the closing costs and all these lending fees and even the real estate fees, these are all fees that they make up or that they start out with. It doesn't mean that they're fixed fees, and it comes down to you simply asking the question, hey, are these fees something that I have to pay, or are we negotiable with this so I can work with you? There's nothing wrong with asking, because at the end of the day, if you save a couple hundred or a couple $1,000s off of this, simple video that exposes you to the idea that, wait, I didn't have to pay all those, fees, then it's with that simple approach. Some of you guys might be watching this video and be like, well, it's obvious, right? We don't have to pay all these fees. It's all about negotiation. You'd be surprised about the number of people that don't know that, especially first-time home buyers or first-time real estate investors. So again, that's my idea when it comes down to understanding and keeping all emotions aside. I know it might be very difficult, especially if you're buying your first property and you're super excited to kind of just make the deal happen. Again, keep your emotions aside, make sure that you stick to the numbers and you stick to the basics of the reason that you're investing in that property, and making sure that you don't force the sale, because just like Joel knows, when we force sales, it's never a good deal. But when it kind of all works out, if it's meant to happen, and there's nothing wrong with making the deal happen, as long as you understand that you're not forcing it and that you're not taking a hit because of you forcing it yourself. So with that simple understanding, it also comes down to like investing in the stock market. We have a lot of our traders trade with under $25,000, therefore you're under the PDT rule, and a lot of traders are always looking for the best momentum stocks and are always taking trades or suggestions based on other people's opinion. We have 3 rules within Tech Solutions, and we don't invest in what we don't understand. We don't invest based on other people's opinion, and we always have a plan when investing. Talking about that second one, why would you invest based on someone else's opinion? Going based on someone else's, suggestion, and then keeping all emotions aside and just thinking because they made tens of thousands of dollars off that stock that you're going to make it. If you know anything about, investing in the stock market, it's all about getting in early and getting out before everyone else gets in, right? Everyone else learns about the hype. Therefore, if you're hearing about this person just made, tens of thousands of dollars off the stock, then it's probably too late, right? Not always 100%, but it's probably too late. And again, you jump in forcing the sale and you get in at a price way too high. You had no fundamental understanding of, what the stock was, why it saw such an increase in price, what was the catalyst, or, if it was even a good deal on the overall purchase price of that stock per share. So understanding that, just like when it comes down to investing in real estate, investing in the buying and reselling of different products, or even investing in the stock market, one of the big suggestions that I can have that have led to my success, as well as the success of many of my roommates and all the different people that I know when it comes down to investing, we tend to do the best when we keep all emotions aside and really just focus on the numbers and focus on the deal. And understanding that the least amount of emotions that you kind of put into the investment, kind of thinking about when I would buy the Z06, or when I bought the McLaren, or when I bought the M3, I identified these margins of profit, and I knew what my purchase price had to be, and I made sure that I didn't let my emotions come into play, because if the seller knew that I was super excited, these guys are like savage sellers, like Joel, what's his name, Phil. We pretty much know all the tricks when it comes down to the buying and reselling of different things, and you can tell when someone's super pumped about a deal, and when they're super pumped, you don't really have to work to make the sale go through. And you always want to kind of always make the seller be the one, I don't want to say that gets the short end of the stick, but that pushes to make the deal happen. So you want to make sure that you're firm on your price, regardless of how much you want that deal, or how much you want that first stock, or that first car, first supercar, or first investment property. That you guys understand that forcing the deal is never the best idea, because of the tens of thousands of dollars that it could end up costing you, that ruins the whole opportunity of it being an actual investment, and you just jumping into an investment that's way too high. So I just wanted to briefly talk about that, and kind of guide you in the right direction. Again, I'm trying to catch you guys at an early age when you guys are investing in real estate, before you guys invest in the stock market, or before you guys start flipping things. Understand the market that you're investing in, really understand it. Not just because you have the money or you can take the risk is a reason that you should invest in any of these markets. Be knowledgeable in what it is that you're investing in, know the risk involved, learn how to manage your risk, learn how to identify potential or identify profit margins. And with that simple approach, I feel like so many people are now going into different markets that I don't personally invest in, such as cryptocurrency, Forex, Amazon sales. There's just so many different markets that, with the simple idea and the simple concept that we use for investing, people really go a long way, right? And it's just sparking that interest and you guys doing what it is that you guys want with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know this is a very brief video. Just want to talk to you guys very briefly about that. Again, all the links are down below. If you guys aren't a part of TechBud Solutions, all the links are in the description. It's going to say free Facebook group, as you guys can join for free. First link in the description is going to take you to the TechBud Solutions website, so you guys can feel more than welcome to sign up for the beta trials that we have going on for the website that we're going to be launching, as well as the second link is going to allow you to order now. They're all available for sale. So if you guys want to represent TechBuds, feel free to click that second link in the description, and you guys are more than welcome to actually order your TechBud Solutions t-shirt. And just to let you guys know, like I've told you guys before, I am selling the McLaren MP412C. So if you guys get me a buyer, if you guys truly get me a buyer and I see that it actually came, make sure that they include your name. They can email me at info@techbudsolutions.com. If you guys get me a buyer, I'll give you guys a couple $1,000s for the commission. So thank you guys again for everything that you guys do. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams, let your passion be what drives you in your success. And guys, there's potential in every market. It comes down to finding a market that you're passionate about and that you truly wouldn't mind devoting your time to. And with that simple approach, I know a lot of you guys can go a really long way. Just understand that it is going to take a lot of time, it is going to take a lot of effort, a lot of hard work, and maybe in the beginning it might be very difficult to get started, but it's definitely with that simple idea and that simple understanding that it is possible that pushes us through. And for those true entrepreneurs and those true people that want to succeed, then it isn't just because we don't see success right away isn't the end of the road. We make our way and we continue pushing, and even if it takes a couple years to actually achieve it, we always push on through and we always make it happen. So thank you guys again. All the links are in the description. Feel free to follow me on my social media accounts. If you guys can like and subscribe if you guys found this video helpful, we would really appreciate it, and share it with someone that it is that you think that can benefit from this specific content that is shared from this video. Like always, guys, we'll see you guys Monday through Friday trading in the stock market 15 minutes before the market opens. Let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, guys.